What's up? So today we got Full House, Season 1, Episode 4, The Return of Grandma. So this episode starts off with DJ, Stephanie, and Joey watching cartoons. And they're like, and Stephanie's like, hey, let's watch Bugs Bunny. But then Joey's like, Steph, do you really want to, he's like, yeah. Yeah. He's like, you really want to watch Bugs Bunny? It's always, Father always says, I'll catch that rabbit. And then Bugs always pops out of that hole, and then Daffy gets shot. If Bugs always doesn't want to get shot, he shouldn't always be appearing out of his hole. And then Stephanie makes a good argument about do we really want to watch Yogi Bear catch the same picnic basket over and over and over again? That's kind of true. They're both kind of making good arguments. But anyway, yeah. So Dan, he's like, Joey, can you please come in here? And he's like, yeah, you never cleaned out your side of the table. And he's like, your side of the dishwasher. And he's like, I'm sorry. So then Jesse comes in and says, hey, he was riding on his Harley. Yeah, I'm gonna guess that's a motorbike. He was riding on his Harley, and then something stopped him, and he was almost gonna die when something saved his life. And what saved his life? A turtle he named Bubba. Really weird. So they have to hide the turtle from DJ and Stephanie, or DJ and Stephanie will, want to keep it. But once they make a lie that it's roast beef, but then they're like, why is the roast beef moving? And then he's like, hey, roast beef's a turtle. And then so roast beef's a turtle. And yeah, so then Stephanie makes it apparent that the grandma that Dean's mom is showing up, is coming, and then he's like, hey, when will she show up? And then Joey knows the time of when she'll show up, and Joey's like, how do you know his mom, or how do you know his mom is coming? And he's like, he was there when he picked up the phone when she called. And so obviously they have to get ready. They get all Michelle's stuff. They walk up the door, but then Danny almost forgets Michelle. But then, as he's soon to leave, Joey has to use the bathroom. I think the funny part was either that they almost forgot Michelle, or that they almost forgot the baby Michelle, or Danny or Joey almost had to use the bathroom. Don't know which one is more hilarious. So then the mom shows up. Grandma, sorry. I'm just gonna keep calling her the mom since she's Danny's mom, and DJ Stephanie. Grandma shows up, and sorry, my nose is really itchy. Yeah. So he's like, hey, Miss Tanner, her name's Claire, but I'm just gonna call her Miss Tanner for the rest of the review. Or Claire. He's like, hey Claire, or Miss Tanner, you do stuff for yourself, and we'll go see a movie. And then when they come back, he's like, hey, the place is a pigsty still. And he's like, hey, they're not going to they're gonna clean up for them. Because obviously, why wouldn't they? Because obviously, Danny, keep calling him Daniel. Danny, Joey, and Jesse are all grown men. And they shouldn't be suspecting Danny's mom to do something for them when they are grown men and they can do it for themselves. Obviously. Don't you get it, guys? So yeah, so eventually after coming back, they call their moms. They call. We don't get the actually we get the names of Joey and Jesse's mom, and yeah, so they tell a story about how when Jesse was 8, he wanted to help his mom with the iron her clothes or something, and yeah, so they they're like, oh yeah, they can come in like Wednesdays and like she can come on the weekends, he can come on Wednesdays. Jesse won't come on Tuesdays to Thursdays, and she can come on Wednesdays to Fridays. And Danny's like, guys, I think we've gone through a living torture. And she's like, what? He says another word, but I'm not gonna say it. So I'm gonna change that to living torture and then she's like, what? And he's like, nothing. And he's like, guys, so yeah. So he's like, so then Stephanie and DJ, so he goes upstairs, and Stephanie and DJ reveal that they lost Bubba the Turtle. And Jesse's not kind of mad, and yeah. So he's like, hey, you guys take them to the zoo for 3 hours, and they'll do the cleaning. So obviously they do. So obviously they do take them for the cleaning, take them to the zoo for 3 hours. There for 3 hours, and obviously, they go 3 hours, and they come back. They do the work too. I feel good. Yeah, and they have help, and then they reveal that at the end of the episode, she's like, hey, you guys really did a good job taking care of DJ, Stephanie, and Michelle. And then Stephanie reveals, hey, she found Bubba. She really loves that amphibian, and basically that's how the episode ends. Wow, this episode was really good. I think it was way higher than the last one because, it was pretty good. Like, Daniel's mom really showing up just out of nowhere. Like, Daniel's mom just randomly just shows up out of nowhere. They're just like, hey, we can't have 2 episodes of Daniel's mom, and then Daniel's mom shows up because Daniel's mom just moved out of their house and then, to take care of her, her husband, his dad, and Daniel's dad, and obviously it's really, I keep calling Daniel for some reason. I don't know why. I have to, change that. Keep getting clicking Daniel as episodes go on. As we go on to go on from season 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Then go into Fuller House because, wait, did this have 8 seasons or 9? I think I had 8 seasons. I'll have to check. But anyway, guess I'll see you next time for another episode full. So next episode, our boys go on a cruise and meet chicks. So I'll see you next time for another episode of Full House. May the Full House power protect you. I know to keep up a new thing at the end of each episode, but I'll just see you next time.